What if Earth's gravity disappeared for 1 minute? It begins without warning at 7:42 in the morning. Gravity stops for 60 seconds. Everything, everyone floats. Cars lift from the streets, oceans rise into the sky, buildings tear away from their foundations, and then gravity comes back in. Just 1 minute, the world changes forever. But what if this was not just imagination? What if Earth's gravity disappeared for 1 minute? Gravity, the invisible glue of existence. It holds the oceans in their basins, it anchors our atmosphere, it binds us to the ground beneath our feet. It is the reason the moon orbits us, the reason stars burn, the reason you are not floating right now. Every second of your life, gravity pulls you toward the center of the Earth with a force so constant, so absolute, that we forget it is even there. Now imagine it is gone. Not weakened, not reduced, gone. The instant gravity disappears, chaos begins. Everything not anchored to the bedrock lifts. Dust, water, air, you. Buildings groan as tension bolts fight to hold what gravity once handled effortlessly. Bridges flex, mountains crumble. And then there is the air itself. Without gravity, the atmosphere no longer clings to Earth. It begins to drift away like smoke in space. Within seconds, oxygen levels plummet. People gasp. Sound fades, because sound needs air to travel. The world becomes still and airless. Oceans lift first. Imagine walls of water rising from the sea, forming immense shimmering spheres in the sky. Millions of tons of water once pulled down by Earth's weight, now free to move outward. Rivers unravel, clouds twist into wild shapes as they lose their anchor. And humans, we follow. Those standing outside lift gently at first, then faster. The Earth begins to lose not just its people, but its very breath. In the absence of gravity, inertia takes over. Every object continues moving in whatever direction it last traveled, forever. A thrown ball never falls, a drop of rain never lands, a tear never hits the ground. The world becomes a storm of motion, with no down, no up, only direction. Let us step back. Gravity is not just a force, it is the fabric of space and time. As described by Einstein's theory of general relativity, it is what happens when mass bends space itself, creating the curves that pull planets, moons, and people together. To make gravity vanish would mean undoing the structure of reality itself, the bending of space suddenly snapping flat. Such an event would release unimaginable energy, enough to shatter atoms and boil oceans in an instant. In truth, the Earth would not survive even the first millisecond of zero gravity. But let us imagine somehow it did. 1 second and everything begins to drift. 10 seconds in, oceans are airborne, skyscrapers twist apart, the atmosphere begins to escape into space. 20 seconds, the moon, no longer pulled by Earth's gravity, slides from orbit. Tides vanish, its steady tug gone. 30 seconds, satellites spin out of trajectory. The International Space Station, once balanced between gravity and speed, veers into deep space. 40 seconds, planes, birds, clouds, all adrift. The Earth's rotation no longer keeps oceans and air aligned. Chaos fills the sky. 50 seconds, debris and water hover in strained silence. Humanity floats between life and death. 60 seconds, gravity returns. When gravity snaps back into place, everything that was floating begins to fall. Every drop of water, every grain of sand, every human being. Billions of tons of ocean plummet to Earth in a single global impact. Waves taller than mountains race across the continents. The atmosphere slams downward, creating superstorms that tear across the surface. Cities collapse under their own falling debris. Mountains erode in hours. Entire coastlines are erased. The reappearance of gravity triggers earthquakes across every fault line on the planet. Volcanoes awaken. The world roars with destruction when the shaking finally stops. Nothing is the same. If anyone survives, they awaken to a new Earth. The continents reshaped, the climate unstable, the moon drifting away forever. Oceans might take centuries to settle back into balance. The atmosphere would thin, poisoned by dust and ash. And humanity, what is left of it, would have to rebuild under alien skies. But it would not just be the planet that changed. It would be our understanding of reality itself. For 1 minute, gravity, the one law we thought was absolute, had vanished, and we would never look at the sky the same way again. In truth, the universe we live in is stable because gravity is constant. It has been that way since the first atoms formed after the Big Bang. If gravity had been just a little weaker, galaxies never would have formed. If it had been stronger, everything would have collapsed into black holes. Every heartbeat, every wave, every breath depends on the exact balance of this invisible force. We live in a perfect tension between falling and floating, between chaos and order. In most days, we never even notice it. Gravity is not just a pull, it is connection. It binds oceans to the moon, it binds you to the earth, it binds atoms together, stars together, even time itself. When you let go of an apple and it falls, you're watching the universe's oldest law in action. We spend our lives trying to escape it, flying, floating, dreaming of weightlessness. But gravity is what keeps us home. Without gravity, there is no life, no oceans, no earth. Only drifting dust and endless darkness. So what if Earth's gravity disappeared for 1 minute? It would be a moment of awe, followed by a lifetime of ruin. A single minute to remind us of how fragile reality really is, and how every second of our existence depends on forces we cannot see. But if gravity could vanish, what other forces could too? What if the sun suddenly went dark?